Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here. Well, just as I predicted, Jeffrey Epstein is now dead of supposed suicide. At least that is what CNN, MSNBC, ABC, New York Times, Washington Post all want you to believe, that mysteriously he has just died. Now, this is obviously the second attempt on his life, and the attempt, or the reasons for the attempt, is because somebody powerful somewhere, Clinton, wants to cover up their crime syndicate. Now, we all know that Jeffrey Epstein has been linked to everyone from, well, Prince Andrew to Kevin Spacey to Bill Clinton and many, many others who have traveled on the Lolita Express there. But nonetheless, conveniently, he is now dead, and his trial, for the most part, with him. Well, let's just take a look at some of that information so we can get down to the nitty-gritty of what really happened. But before I get into the report, I want to give a quick shout out to my partner at TrumpCoin2020.com. I want you to check out this America the Beautiful combo. It comes with 5 ounces of silver. Plus, we have the Trump coin here. This thing I've shown on my channel lots of times. They're pretty amazing. But right now, they have a special offer on that, and you can get it at $25 off using code LisaHaven25. So check it out at TrumpCoin2020.com. All right, back to the report. So let's start first with this article on InfoWars. Epstein told people someone tried to kill him. Now, he was just let off suicide watch as of 30. Now, InfoWars got this from a Daily Mail article. I'm going to go to that one. And it's this one here. Jeffrey Epstein told guards week before he hung himself that someone tried to kill him. Questions mount over why billionaire pedophile was taken off suicide watch, conveniently, by the way, just as this lawsuit came out that named powerful friends, including Prince Andrew. Now, the subtitle reads, Jeffrey Epstein was found hanged in his prison cell at Metropolitan Corrections Center on Saturday morning. Now, let me pause here. When somebody is put on suicide watch, obviously they're watching them 24/7. When they're taken off, they have nothing left in the jail cell that they could commit suicide with. This is always done, always practiced. Even the blankets that they use, the sheet that they use to cover up with on the bed is a different kind of sheet that's not strong enough to hold up in hanging. So how did he commit suicide? Good question. But it goes on to say, source who'd been seen with Epstein told the Daily Mail that there was no indication, none, that he might take his own life. He further claimed that pedophile had told prison guards and other inmates he feared someone tried to kill him. Epstein, age 66, was hospitalized on July 24th after being found semi-conscious on the floor of his jail cell. The billionaire was not on suicide watch at the time of his death, sparking outrage from top Washington figures. And keep in mind, why wasn't he on watch? Why wasn't he? Good question. And because everybody believed he was up until his actual death. Now, here's another report on InfoWars. Report, guards did not make required checks on Epstein. Check their bank accounts and confirm that this is actually what really happened. So here we have 24-hour watch. Apparently that was dropped. Then we have guards who are supposed to make 30-minute checks, and they didn't. Now, here's the actual tweet on that. Steve Herdman of W7VOA. At the MCC, 2 jail guards are required, right, to make separate checks on all prisoners every 30 minutes. But that procedure was mysteriously not followed overnight, according to the source who was not authorized to speak on this record. Here's the thing. Here we have 2 guards that are supposed to be checking up on the prisoners, but they're not checking up on the prisoners. And then we have also conflicting information. Some reports says he was on suicide watch. Others say that it got dropped, and nobody really knows what's going on. That means that their details and information are not lining up. Lucy, we have a problem, right? Then there's this article on Breitbart.com. Even Washington Post Carol Leonig, of all people, is questioning people close to Epstein fear that he was murdered. Well, let me think. There's a bunch of powerful people that could get convicted and go to jail as a result. Hey, you want to watch this guy because he's the one that could have sent a bunch of people to jail, and now he's gone. And guess what? He's linked to the Clinton body count. Now, one other thing that I want to mention is this. Right before his death, something very important happened, and that is this. Jeffrey Epstein, there was new documents that were released, new Epstein documents that actually cleared Trump. Now, this was put through on InfoWars by Mark Randazza and Mike Cernovich, who were going through documents, and they actually had evidence that Trump was basically vindicated. He was out of it. He wasn't part of it. And yet, shortly after that, suddenly we have his death. Now, one other thing that I want to show you is when you Google, right, Clinton and Epstein, guess what images and pictures come up? And I'm going to show you how bad this is. You see Trump in the number one photo here with his picture. You don't see any with Clinton because they've started scrubbing it. Look, I've been following this story long enough to know that I saw all the pictures with Bill Clinton. And now they're just mysteriously gone, with exception to a few here. You have a few, but they started deleting them piece after piece after piece, just mysteriously. But isn't it coincidental that basically Trump was found not guilty and suddenly we have the billionaire dead? So there's questions that need to be asked. As a result of the death, here we have a Daily Mail article saying FBI launches an investigation and AG Barr announces a DOJ probe after pedophile Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide by hanging himself in prison ahead of his sex traffic trial. So that's what we have. Now we have a supposed Attorney General William Barr issuing and starting an investigation. But here's the thing. Dead man tell no tales. They don't. They can't speak from the grave. So all his interactions with Bill Clinton are mysteriously gone. This is the exact kind of stuff that happened with Hillary Clinton when she started smashing computers and phones, all linked to her emails. Someone start doing something in the case of investigating Bill and Hillary Clinton and the body counts that surround them. I'm going to get into that. Some investigation needs to be done. But here's Trey Gowdy. Case against Epstein is over, but associates can still be charged. At least that's my hope. I'm hoping somebody goes to jail somewhere, and powerful people can't breathe easy just yet. At least according to Trey Gowdy, that is the case. But let's delve in to the actual Clinton body count, which I was surprised to see the Washington Standard talk about this. But Clinton body count, yes, my friends, it is real. And the media claims Jeffrey Epstein is the latest addition, not the mainstream media, by the way. Trump even tweeted on this. I got to show you guys his tweet real quick. He retweeted Terrence Williams, who talked about Jeffrey Epstein in conjunction with the Clintons. Because the truth is, everyone that's around the Clintons dies. I brought Larry Nichols on my channel multiple times to talk about some of this in the past. But let me go through the list here, and most of them have committed suicide. James McDonald, Clinton convicted Whitewater partner, died of a heart attack. Mary Mahoney, former White House intern to them, murdered mysteriously. Vince Foster, everybody knows about that one. Lover of Clinton, many believe. Former White House counsel, found dead of a gunshot, suicide, of course. Ron Brown, Secretary of Commerce and former DNC chair, died from a plane crash. Victor Reiser II, a major player in Clinton fundraising, died in a plane wreck. Oh, a plane wreck again. Paul Tully, found dead in his hotel room. Ed Wiley, Clinton fundraiser, a person found dead in the woods of a supposed gunshot, ruled suicide. Jerry Parks, here we have gunned down in his car. Okay, head of Clinton's gubernatorial security team in Little Rock, James Bunch, died from gunshot suicide. James Wilson died in May 1993 of apparent hanging from suicide. We're on number 10 here. This list is long, by the way. Kathy Ferguson, ex-wife of Arkansas trooper, who was found dead in her living room, gunshot to the head. It's either murder, suicide, heart attack, or plane crash so far. Bill Shelton, a state trooper and finance of Kathy Ferguson, suicide ruling. Basically, he committed suicide. Gandhi Bond died by jumping out of a window. I mean, just crazy stuff. Florence Martindale, accountant, also died of gunshot. Susan Coleman ruled suicide. Paula Grober, Clinton's speech interpreter, found dead of a car accident yet again. And then we have others here. You can read the list, you can pause it, but many of these, as you can see, all linked to either Bill or Hillary, all found dead. Again, car accident, suicide, murder of some sort, one jumping out of a building. I mean, the list is going on and on and on. We need to do an investigation into how all these people are dying. Here's a list of bodyguards, Clinton bodyguards found dead. What do these people know and why are they dying? Right? And then Jeff Epstein is now just the latest victim. Am I saying that Hillary and Bill are killing these people? No. I am saying we need to do an investigation into it because I would like to find out. And I think the American public deserves a right to know. I'm also saying it's rather conspiratorial, if you want to call it that so many people are dead around the Clintons. And now we have one more body count to add to the pile. When you start messing with their pedophile rings, people start dying. That's what's happening here. And guess what? Right after Jeffrey Epstein died, guess what some Democrats and Republicans did? They went and partied it up. Take a look at this article on Infowars.com. Democrats and Republicans party in Israel after Jeffrey Epstein allegedly commits suicide. Is this some way of celebrating because their information is not getting out? Well, I guess I'll ultimately leave that for you to decide. But nonetheless, this is a very interesting article here on Infowars, and I encourage you guys to check it out. There you have it. Powerful people are about to get away with doing some pretty disgusting things. Why? Because their accuser has died of wink, wink, suicide. Can the mainstream media at least start telling the truth at some point? It would be nice, right? But that's why people like me and channels like me are starting to raise up. Trump, because of his retweet on the Clinton body count, is now being called a conspiracy theorist. And guess what? Under that title, hey, you get censored. You're not allowed to talk about things being a conspiracy anymore. And this is why I'm soon going to launch something here in the very near future where I have to say stuff on other platforms. But please subscribe to my channel at lisahaven.news because that's the only way you're going to be able to follow what's going on in the real story, because we're starting to get limited to what we can and can't say on here. We already are. This isn't going to be monetized. I already know. This is why I have partners and sponsors such as Trump Coin 2020, because this is how we have to stay on air, and it's going to move beyond that in the future. But nonetheless, powerful people are covering up their crimes on a daily basis. It's time. It is time to start having investigations into things like the Clinton body count. Again, I don't know who convicted the crime or who did the shooting of the people involved in the Clinton body count. All I know is there's a lot of dead people around that woman and her husband. Should be investigated. Anyhow, I love you all. I'd love to get your thoughts, comments, and concerns. Please leave them in the description box below, and please share this, as you know it doesn't get out otherwise. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.